How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? I'm going to talk to you about something in reference to, you know, 2017 is, of course, has been a really overwhelming year as far as so many things that's happening and stuff. And my whole goal was on 2017, I want to keep everything as positive as possible, you know, because I don't want to create such a negative type of thing as far as, you know, the world is changing and stuff like that. We talked about that. But you know what I thought that I was going to be doing? I thought that I could stop fighting so much and so hard, but I noticed that as time moved forward, I have to fight even harder than I wanted to anticipate it, you know, and now I'm going at it with some of everybody and stuff like that, and, you know, and I'm doing this video because every time you know, it gets aggravating and stuff, and I'm the kind of person, like, I don't want to fight with anyone. I'm like this, if you want to be right, guess what, you're right. I don't want to deal with the issue as far as me trying to prove my point to you to let you know where I stand, and you trying to prove your point to me, let me know where you stand, and basically, I feel like it's a waste of time only because you're going to stand in yours grounds, I'm going to stand in mine if there's some type of mutual understanding. But as I'm noticing is that I still have to fight. Like, I have to fight. I think I'm going to have to fight for the rest of my life, you know, and I keep noticing this, and it's like, as much as I don't want to fight, and it seems like I'm going to have to, I see right now, even to my last breath, I'm going to have to fight. You know, and the sad part about it, when I say this, I'm not even talking about the straight society. I'm talking about against the LGBT. You know, the people that I thought that understand my struggles, because as a compliment to them, as a compliment to me, I understand what you're going through, and you understand what I'm going through as far as the struggle and stuff. But I learned that everybody's not walking the same path as you. A lot of people don't have empathy when it comes down to you. People just want to be right. You know, and the thing about it with me is that I try to avoid confrontation and stuff, but and I wasn't going to bring this up, but I'm going to talk about it. Every time I do a lesbian or a trans man video, there has always been some type of backlash. I don't know what it is about the lesbians or the trans men when they get murdered or the lesbians get murdered. I get a large backlash from people who are in the LGBT and also people who are not in the LGBT. When I do these type of deaths as far as the mere murder, I have to look at comments that tell me that they're glad they're murdered, that they got what they deserve. And some of these comments are coming from people, you know, that are women, that I thought that maybe a other woman would have more compassion due to the fact it was a lesbian, but it's not that way. You know, and the thing about it is that I've been on this thing as far as the trans man that I just did as far as Sean King that was murdered. I have argued with 3 women who was in the LGBT about Sean's death. I've been ridiculed as far as the pictures. I have been ridiculed as far as his death. I have been ridiculed as far as telling me that the only reason why I did the video is because he's a trans man. Now, if you look at my videos and you just do a search, my videos is about gay, straight women, straight men, men on the down low, men have been murdered, even celebrities, even hairstyles. It is no dimensional thing that I talk about that's specific. She was in transition, which a lot of trans women are, as well as women, as well as trans men. So I would think that there would be more compassion when it comes to another trans man of another trans man's murder. And I'm on this page and I'm arguing with other trans men about his life and his death and stuff. And, you know, it's exhausting because the thing about it is that I don't have to do these videos about the trans men. Because let's be honest, when is the last time you went to a lesbian page and saw her talk about a transgender woman that's been murdered. And if you have, please put the link down at the bottom. I want you to show me the link about a lesbian woman talk about transgender women being murdered. Now, I cover all parts of the spectrum. That means gay, straight, bi, curious, whatever the case may be, gender fluid, confused, down low, dragon lady, everything from A to Z. I don't discriminate. You know, but to tell me the reason why I did the video only because she was a trans man, it's a slap in my face. And of course it's coming from a trans man who's in transition. You know, and the other ones, I don't even know if they was in transition, so I just blocked them. You know, it just gets me to the point where I say to myself, should I do any more lesbian trans man videos? Should I stop? Because I feel as though it's so much of a backlash from their thing when it comes down to them. And the thing about it is I'm getting it from lesbians. That's not even bother to put, that's not even bother to put videos in reference to people that are murdered. As far as, if you stand so strong in someone's death, why are you not campaigning their videos as far as you're on your page? But you will come on my page and you attack me as far as me trying to celebrate the person's life, whether they were good, bad, or indifferent, or you didn't agree with them. You rather let me know how you feel as reference to the video that I'm doing about the person. There's a lot of transgender women that I do not personally like at all, but I reported stories on them. I didn't say, you don't even know to this day I really don't like them, because I don't say that. Because I feel as though every person has a story, and I feel as though I don't need to sit up there and put my views on you as far as this person, because this person may be going through hell. I don't know what these people are going through, just like they don't know what I'm going through. You know, so I don't do that to them. You know, but it just really makes me question, why is it that when I do a lesbian video or a trans man being murdered video, why is it always backlash from somebody as far as a lesbian? Now, I'm saying all lesbians, because some of them say thank you for reporting, especially this chef that got murdered. But then I got backlash for that. There was another lesbian that got murdered. I got a lot of backlash for that. You know. And I'm not saying anything I'm doing is not going to have repercussions as far as, you know, their life. But, you know, it just really exhausting and stuff. Because in reality is that I don't think anyone's thinking, I don't have to do this. I really don't have to do it. I don't have to celebrate. I could just stick on transgenders. I could stick on gays and transgenders and not lesbians at all. You know the reason why I do it? Because I have trans men that's in my box. I have young trans men that's in my box. I have young trans, and they're not trans men of color. There are trans men of my other family, which is my vanilla family. And the thing about it is that I have to stay strong and fight for them because they're in my box. They're in my ear. They're coming to me. They're talking to me. So that's the reason why I report stuff in reference to them so they don't feel left out when they watch my channel or they see something that's happened to one of their faces. So I do that. But, I don't know. I just made this video because I'm just mentally tired of it, and maybe because I'm coming down from the cold and stuff, and I'm just tired of always the backlash and trying to do something right and versus the lesbian, and then the backlash from it as well. You know, it just gets overwhelming. And I'm not going to keep singing the, oh, I'm human card. Oh, I'm human, I'm human. Listen. I could just be just as mean as anybody else. I choose not to. Not that I can't. But I can. Easy. Because I've been through hell just like everybody else. And I'm suffering in the storm. I'm not in the inside. I'm in the storm as well. And anybody who's a transgender woman knows that we are very much in the struggle. Especially if you are a transgender of color. You know. And the thing about it is that I don't like the fact that people in the LGBT is coming to my page just to read me and tell me what I'm doing wrong. And you're not doing nothing as far as helping your people. But you will come on my page and tell me off instead of going on the page where they say they hate us and they hope we all die. And you should be on that page doing the same things you're telling me. You should be on that page telling them that. But you don't do that. You come to a place where you feel safe, that it's easy to attack me and stuff like that. You know, it's just really overwhelming as far as that and stuff, you know, and it's a lot I have to deal with as well. Just because I smile don't always mean I'm happy. I have to be super duper happy sometimes when I do these videos for you because I don't know what you're going through. But you have to think about something. Someone is taking out time to care about you for free. I could just sit up there and not do it at all and say to hell with it all and just do me. But I don't do that because I feel as though somebody out there needs somebody to just listen to them sometime and not make their story about them, but actually about the person who's telling the story. Because many times I tell stories, people take away the story that I'm telling to make it about them, and the story was not about you. It was about the other person. Oh, but it's not about you. And if you understand what I'm saying, it's like, if I tell you, I say, well, you know, my hair, everything, well, look at my hair, my hair is this, but it wasn't about you, it was about my hair. So how was the story about you? And this is what I learn a lot of times people do. They don't listen to people's story. They make everything about them, and they never get a chance to hear the other person's story. Anyway, you know, I'm coming down off of this cold and everything, and, you know, it only lasts like 2 days like it normally would. And the thing about it is that, you know, it just gets to a point where you're just over it. Like, I'm just really, like, over it. There's so many negative things out here, you know, that's out here in the world that we have to deal with. And plus, we got President-elect that's coming, and so many negative things that's being shot as far as what he's going to do in reference to the LGBT and stuff. And it's a lot going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. And here it is, I'm arguing with people in the LGBT, and I shouldn't even be arguing with them at all because they don't even understand what's about to happen or what we're about to go through. You know, and this is not the time for us to depart from each other and stuff, but, you know, I really feel as though when it comes to me that, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes I feel like I'm just out of my element. You know what I mean? Like I just need to just step away for good. I just do, because I feel as though, sometimes I feel as though, I don't know. Sometimes I feel as though, I have to think about it, because sometimes when I think about it, I say, well, you know, if you do that, then you do got people out there that's hurting, and, you know, and I think about the people that talk to me and stuff, so I don't want to, you know, it's just overwhelming sometimes. The only thing I think I'm upset is because I'm tired of every time I do a video in reference to a lesbian murdered or a trans man murdered, I'm always getting backlash from lesbians. I'm always arguing with other lesbians about a trans man or a lesbian woman murdered. Now, we never gonna talk about the fact that the comments have to remove all the guys that's saying they're good, they're dead. We never gonna talk about all that have to go through. We never gonna talk about all the, whenever I post the videos, there is somebody waiting for me. We're never gonna talk about the fact that I got people making fake profiles just to attack me on the LGBT people. I go through a lot, trust me. Just because I stand up there and I'm going, you know, smiling and everything, don't you never think I'm not being attacked. But you know the reason why I come back, because I let them know they're not going to win when it comes to me. But I'll be honest with you, I get weak and I get tired, and sometimes I don't feel like fighting. Sometimes I don't want to hear somebody say, well, girl, you know, I don't care. I don't care. You know, I just get to a point where, you know, I don't know. I'm so disappointed in so many things, and I think the biggest slap in the face is when you do these videos in reference to trans people, but not really transgender women, because I really don't go through this as far as transgender women as much as I go through with the lesbians. I swear, every time I post a video about a lesbian being murdered or trans man, I'm always attacked by somebody that's lesbian or trans. Man, it never fails. I do the little trans men that's been committed suicide. They don't care. They don't get upset. You don't get upset at a little trans person, a trans kid or a trans teen committed suicide, but you get mad at me for promoting about another trans man or lesbian been murdered. Anyway, I just don't know. But it's always the lesbians and the trans men, and I'm not going to say every lesbian is, because everyone is not doing it. But I have to speak on it only because it's a large amount of lesbians that attack me, every time I do a story on a lesbian that's been murdered. And I don't understand why. And then when I go to their page, the context is about nothing. I want you to go to Sean's page that I just did about the Sean being killed in Philadelphia. I think it was Philadelphia. And I want you to look at me arguing with this one trans person in transition. Look at the argument. Over what? What was the purpose of the whole argument? What was the purpose? It just don't make no sense to me. Anyway, that being said, I'm sorry, just maybe venting and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to take a bath and stuff. Tomorrow's another day, and I just wanted to talk about it because it just really got on my last nerve and stuff. And no, I'm not going to quit making videos and stuff like that, but, you know, I just wanted to let you know when it comes down to these lesbian videos and stuff, or the trans men, I want y'all to start taking note of that. But then again, if you do, if you don't, you don't, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, that being said, I just wanted to share it with you. And hopefully you being safe and stuff like that, and, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just over it. I'm just over it.